It's your boy Juan here with Space City Truck Games. So I'm going to give you a little update on the parts for the OBS. I call this one Red Robin. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a show and tell pretty much on the parts that we've got. So for starters, you guys can see here, I ended up ordering some parts from DJM Suspension. I ended up doing a 4-inch drop. So I got the upper and the lower control arms. I also went ahead and did the drop shocks for the rear. So that suspension part is taken care of. The rear has already been dropped, so that one's already been taken care of. So we just give you a little bit of the stuff that we're gonna go ahead and change out. So typically on these trucks, the side motors that go around, they get brittle, they get old, they get wore out, and they just look nasty. So I got with my boy MVP Moldings, Pablo, and we ended up going with a black with red. We did a black with red. I'm showing you a little sample. Black with red, and what I like about these are already pre-cut. So with that being said, it makes the process a lot easier. Also went ahead and got the emblems to match. Silverado, side badges. And the cool thing about these, some of y'all guys might know, is they're all numbered. With that, it helps you exactly the placement on each side of the truck. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So a shout out to MVP Moldings, my boy Pablo. Got that. That's pretty cool. I like that. And I also went ahead and got the uh, the matching bow tie from the same guy. So that's pretty cool. Got that. And because I am doing a SS style look on this truck, I am going to be painting the grill. Because this one usually just comes kind of like I would say like a primer finish, but I want to go ahead and get it sanded, prepped up, and painted. That way it looks, nice and uniform with the rest of the build. Also, since we're going with that theme, I ended up doing the small SS style sport mirrors. Like these are pretty cool. Work out nice. I think for this build is gonna be great. And then moving over here to the headlights. Y'all guys know the headlights, they get brittle, they get ugly, same thing. So I end up going with your standard scene beam headlights. So nothing fancy about the headlights. They're pretty much just a headlight. But a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to parking lamps, every year has its own little trim that goes around. I'm gonna show you guys. So I did the one that has the silver around it. Now correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all can comment down on the comment section, but usually I do those from like the what is it, the 90 to the 93 have that trim, and then the 94 and up have the little black trim around it, and the 89 and 88 have it's almost like an aluminum trim, but I try to get it to as close as original as possibly can on these builds. On the rear bumper, I also it's got that plastic molding, the padding, but by a lot of people, what they do is they end up getting and installing a ball for their receiver in the trailer, whatever. So I ended up going ahead and buying the piece right here, little trim. So you guys unbox it. Pretty cool. That way everything looks all clean, nice to match everything else. Because I hate seeing that ball that sticks out right here, and I mean I just don't like it. If you pull trailers, that's cool, no big deal. But that's just me. Again, we got the Nitro Drop 2 rear shocks, and for the interior, I am going to be putting some kick panels. Got some 6.5 here and do some tweeters there. So that's going to give it that nice sound. I don't want to go too aggressive, because sometimes not everybody likes aggressive sound system. So that's what I'm going to be doing on that. Then going back to the suspension. So on some of these trucks I've done in the past, they got your links, for your sway bar. Well, I have trouble sometimes where whenever I install it, they look like they're on a bind. They're like this. They're not like, straight like they're supposed to. So I was digging around on the internet and I found that DJM makes these articulating links, which these were great. I used it on my last build and they're easy to install, have no trouble, and they make the suspension work really nice. That's cool with that. I got that. And let me show y'all another thing that we got for this truck. I always like to buy these steering wheels. Shout out to Forever Sharp. They hooked it up. And I ended up doing kind of the theme on this red and black. So got it right here. Got it the half wrap. Pretty cool. I think it's gonna look great. I just, like I said, guys, I just want to give you an update. On the parts that are for this build. We had a small intermission because we were getting the garage built. So with that being said, now it's time to get back on the grind and start getting these trucks on the road for the next giveaway. So y'all can follow me on my social media, every platform, same way, Space City Truck Games. All right, guys, with that being said, with the quick video of all the parts that I got for this OBS, I'm pretty sure I'm missing some stuff, but once I get it along with the project and some things will come up, then I'll just go ahead and order them at that point. Then I'll be ready to just go ahead and put everything back together. And then once that's done, we're good to go. I also got a set of wheels for this truck. I didn't show them on the video, but it's pretty much something that I want to keep it under wraps. So whenever the truck gets fully built and complete, it's kind of like the cherry on top. So appreciate you guys for watching, and then I'll see you on the next one.